Hey folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's live trading action video. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Today's date is Wednesday, October 5th, 2016. Take a look at the S&P 500 chart of the tracking ETF SPY. This is an intraday 10-minute chart. I'm focusing on this because it's very important to note some key levels here. They literally will determine the massive breakdown that we could see or a continued float up, which is also a possibility. First off, look at yesterday. See these two upsloping trend lines right here? Market pierced it, but by the end of the day, they saved it, closed us back above. Those lines, to me, are the epic drop levels. So again, if you connect the lows all the way over to past Mondays, I mean, we're literally going back almost a month here. This is your area. Draw those trend lines in right here, folks. You can see connecting through this point, through all these points over here to this low. This is also what the base of the bear flag pattern is as well. That's very important, folks. So again, you have a bearish pattern from the big drop here, and this is all choppy inside bar action, right? You can even make out a little bit of a head and shoulders here, right? Head, and then a shoulder over here and shoulder over here. The neckline essentially is that as well. So once that breaks, and notice I'm not saying if, I'm saying once it breaks, the market literally has 100, 150 points down on the S&P 500. It's huge. I mean, we'll go to 200 on the SPY. But the question is when, right? Because right now, they saved the markets today. You have a little bit of a minor breakout in play right here. Notice how if you connect this line to right here, this top yesterday to this top here, you've inched above that. So right now, we're seeing some signs of life where the market has a minimal amount of upside. What would be an upside target would be gap fill right here. Okay, so what I'm saying is as long as the market, as long as the SPY here, which is the S&P 500, as long as it doesn't close below these upsloping trend lines, this market is going to be able to hold up and maybe float a little bit higher. Just a very little bit. But I'm telling you, once these lines break here, this is where the action begins. Okay? So again, make sure you see that, folks. Make sure you understand it. Again, right now you would have a neutral to upside bias to the market because of this micro breakout, but it would be very minor upside. It wouldn't be worth, in my opinion, buying it here because it's just, again, a small move to gap fill, which is your max upside. The bigger risk, and again, I'm not saying go short here either. I'm saying once you break this level, that's where you really start to pile on the shorts. Okay, so just really understand that, folks. Really, really understand that. A couple things to go over here. I'm not going to go over too much more, but I do want to show you the daily chart because it shows you in a bigger time frame the bearish pattern development, which I think is so important and eventually will break out. So let's bring that up now. Here you have it, folks, the daily SPY chart. Again, this is essentially the daily S&P chart. Notice here, this is very important. Notice the big drop here. First of all, you have a little bit of a rounded top here, right? Rounded top. And then you have this bigger drop. And then this is all inside bar action. And remember the line I showed you where I said if this breaks, this is going to be where the markets really see major downside? Well, you can actually draw that in on the daily chart too pretty accurately, and you can just see that as well. So right here, right? So here you can see yesterday it pierced it and then closed back above. I know it's a little hard. I can zoom in a little bit. But again, this is your bearish pattern. Now, the bearish pattern has a potential to always fail, but it's very small in terms of percentages. And you know that if you get above this gap fill up here. So the gap fill right here begins the downward move of the bear flag, the sharp down move with all inside bar action. So again, basically all I would tell you to do is keep a very close eye on this trend line. And remember, as long as you stay above it, they can float this market. Not much upside to it, but they can float it. If you break to the downside, this market within days, mind you, goes to the 200 and then potentially the 200 moving average right here, and then potentially this level down here on the SPY. So again, monitor this. I'm giving you the keys to the castle here. You are going to know when the collapse begins. All right? I'll talk to you soon, guys. Come join us at InTheMoneyStocks.com. That's InTheMoneyStocks.com. Take the 7-day free trial. Profit with the pros here. We're giving out live swing trades. I got a trade that I'm going to be posting in just a few minutes. Come join us now. Take care.